Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're into this PvP that could well decide the outcome of this group. And I am going to change the colors because they have chosen 2 shades of blue and I refuse to acknowledge it. Otherwise, it's just going to get very confusing later on. So spawning over here in the top position on Antigua Shipyard as the artificially red Protoss, ladies and gentlemen, representing Team Dignitas at the Dreamhack ISO Open. It is the UK's very own BlinG. He, of course, will be going up against the absolute monster at Anaheim, having an absolutely tearing run through the bracket and group play. Will he be able to rekindle his past successes here? His PvP has always been something to watch out for. Frankly, his PV anything. But let's see what he can do here. Representing ATN, we have Socke. Alright, guys. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about the PvP matchup. I mean, it was once just so... We used to have 4-gate versus 4-gate, and then we had a period where it was coin flip, and now we kind of have a period where it's coin flip unless you play like Squirtle, as he likes to call it, because as long as you can do everything your opponent is doing, and you get a decent amount of scouting information off just a little bit later, that's not entirely bad at all, and usually you can hold, especially on maps with a decent ramp. So you get a healthy army off of 1 base, we then go to 2 bases, and then we start seeing diverging tech structures and we get into the end game. So right now I would say the matchup is very much not a coin flip, and it's going to be really entertaining to see which of these players will be able to come down to better micro in their engagements, which I think that it'll play a big difference, especially towards the mid to late game. So let's see what we can do here. It looks like the assimilator being taken from Socke, possibly also to make sure that BlinG doesn't take it himself, but both players going up to 2 gases. Now this is very important to note in a PvP, because having an additional 3 probes on gas here means that you don't get that many minerals, means that it's unlikely we're going to be seeing any sort of really quick sort of cheese off of 1 base, any sort of huge early gateway pressure. So both of these guys are willing to play for the longer game. Now BlinG hightailing it out of Socke's base because he has some minerals with his probe, willing to get out of there while he still can. In the meantime, we have a second gateway going down for Socke, and no second gateway going down for BlinG at this moment in time. So he's electing just to stay on the single gateway for now, chrono boosting out this Stalker, which might get the probe if Socke doesn't move out straight away. Okay, yes he does. And BlinG will have spent a couple minerals fewer than his opponent, but Socke will be feeling just that little bit more safe going into the mid game. So it's likely that BlinG would technically be able to expand sooner, but Socke as well will have more units to defend in expansion. So it looks like these guys are just gearing up to go into the mid game at this moment in time. We're not going to be seeing any sort of huge timing anytime soon, unless we see the Twilight Council go down. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. Socke going to be going for a quick blink here on Antigua Shipyard. Are we going to see a robotics facility as well for an observer to blink up into this area, which a lot of Protosses like to do? I'm not sure he's going to be doing that off of a single base, though. If he is, that's going to be quite brave indeed. Robotics facility coming down now for BlinG. So, oh dear, unfortunately that was caught on camera, good sir, as we have a Twilight Council going down for him as well. So we could be seeing a little bit of Blorb play here from BlinG. We have the Observer play, and we have the Blink Stalkers, so Blob for short. Let's see if he decides to go with any of that. Socke, in the meantime, is going to have a significantly faster blink compared to his opponent, but he will not be able to see any of the high ground, whereas BlinG will have the observer out significantly faster observer out, but his blink will be a lot slower as well. Looks like he's just waiting for that. There we go, BlinG starting now, and he's going to be chrono boosting that out as well. I only just realized that saying BlinG and blink multiple times in this PvP is probably going to tongue-tie me into oblivion before the day is over, so I apologize in advance for getting all of those incorrect about 12 times. That is inevitably going to happen. We have Socke now moving up towards the center of the map. I think he may have spotted that observer, but I'm not 100% certain. He's going to be moving up towards the natural expansion of BlinG now. It looks like he just wants to push through with the Blink Stalkers here. He's not going to be going for the Blobs play like BlinG is likely to be doing as well. But Blink is already complete, and oh no, the rest of the stock is able to blink up as well, and he's trying to get an early win here off of BlinG on Antigua Shipyard. Blinking up, we have got the Zealot doing a decent amount of damage to these stalkers, but the earlier blink from Socke looks to be paying him a lot of dividends at the moment. The Zealot and the Sentry are both going to go down here, blinking back just to save those weakened stalkers, and we have a forward pylon down on the low ground as well. Socke taking a big advantage here in game number 1. Can he use this to tie up the game? We have an Immortal being chrono boosted out, but it's not going to matter. BlinG gives the GG, and Socke, ladies and gentlemen, wins game number 1. Very, very quick BlinG Stalker play off of 1 base, and it looks like he takes the early advantage over BlinG.